Hello my students. Now I will start with discussing the Chhau. Chhau in eastern region of India is a traditional dramatic form which are many centuries old. The area of performance is spread within Purulia in West Bengal, Mayurbhanj in Odisha and Seraikela in Jharkhand. The rarity of the source material on the history of Chhau continues to be a problem. Most of the source materials on the Chhau are dependent on the oral tradition. Generally, Chhau is taken to have evolved from a tribal war dance. The word Chhau is often taken to be an offshoot of the Sanskrit word Chhaya, meaning shadow. But in Sanskrit, the word Chhaya is also used to signify the sun, which is a most important symbol used in Chhau dance. The models of some masks used in Chhau presentation also look like sun in shape. Further, the word Chhaya is used in Sanskrit as a term of goddess Durga. Chhau is performed during the sun festival in April. The festival is held to invoke the sun god. Also here, the Shiva Shakti concept occupies an important place, and with Shiva and Parvati are two important characters in the drama. Parvati is another form of goddess Durga. Thus, with the relation of Durga, Shakti, Parvati, Chhaya, we may conclude that Chhau has a connection with the Sanskrit word Chhaya. Chhau is also taken to be a derivative of the Sanskrit word Chhadvan, meaning disguise. The characters here with mask and costumes act in different characters. Many claim that Chhau is derived from Oriya language. In Oriya, Chhau means to hunt or to attack. The word Chhau has three colloquial meanings: Chhauri, that is shield; Chhauni, the military camp; Chhauka, the way of attacking quietly. Now I will discuss the historical background of Chhau. It is not possible to arrive at a date of the origin of the Chhau dance. We can observe that the technique of the dance in Chhau resemble word dance genre. It is commonly believed that Chhau dance belong to a form known as Parikhanda. Pari means shield and Khanda means the sword. The Parikhanda form is connected to the training technique of the soldiers. So we find that the participant often use weapons like a sword, arrow, bow, shield, club and three-headed spears, that is Trishul, as props in the performance. The movements like controlled caution walks, jumps, leaps, swift turns, rapid whirls only suggest a background of war technique and ancient military exercise. Purulia tradition uses acting method which are exclusive to them. These methods of acting are based on war techniques, fighting methods of tribals, and behavioral pattern of the animals. In Purulia, the turning and somersaulting movements along with the portraying the movement of the animal characters are their speciality. Seraikella and M-17.Chhau tradition also use techniques derived from the martial exercise. Seraikella-Chhau uses Parikhanda war method, which is includes use of a sword and shield as its structure. These exercise patterns are common to the both Seraikella and M-17 tradition. Some of these methods are gates, topka, and ufli. Purulia-Chhau gives more importance to highlight Tandava movement. Other two traditions focus both Tandava and Lassa. The story enacted in Chhau are commonly linked with war incidents as perceived in epic and Puranas. Some popular ones are killing of Mahishasura by Durga, Kartikeya, and Shankhasura conflict, the war of Ramayana. Chhau received patronage from royal families around 15th century. The development of masks and costume took place around that time. Maharajas of Bagmundi, Purulia, Seraikella and Mayurbhanj added modern characters to the Chhau play. This is very important role from their side. The literary background of Chhau. The content of Chhau are seen to be taken from epic, Puran, classical literatures, mythological literatures, Hindu beliefs, fiction, contemporary culture and social events, aspects of nature. However, the epic and Puranic themes have the greatest influence on the main story of the Chhau. The following are some episodes of Chhau that have been taken from Mahabharata. Kirat Arjun, Abhimanyu Badh, Draupadi Vastaharan, killing Krishna, Vasuki and Godhura, the Samudra Shasan, Ghatotkacha, Karna encounter, Arjun Karna encounter, Bhadrarjun, Duryodhan Urubhanga, Gada Juddha, Bakabadh, Arjun Babrubahan encounter, Jarasandha Badh, Jayadratha Badh. The episode of Kirat Arjun seems to be the most admired item in Purulia and Mayurbhanj tradition of Chhau. Abhimanyu Badh is also a familiar episode in Chhau repertory, especially Purulia and Seraikella tradition. It is based on the heroic confrontation of the conqueror's teenage son of Arjun. Abhimanyu with 7 mightiest warriors of the Kauravas in Dron Parva of the Mahabharata. This item also called M-17.Chhau or Saptarathi in Uttarshahi of M-17.Chhau. Bhadrarjun, the love story of the Arjun and Subhadra illustrated in the Adi Parva of Mahabharata is another well-known dramatic episode in Mayurbhanj tradition. Jarasandha Badh is another Chhau item based on Sabha Prabha of Parva of Mahabharata. The story of killing Bakasur by Bhim is also an important episode in Purulia Chhau repertory. The episode of killing Ghatotkacha is performed in Purulia tradition in Bagmundi area, also mentioned in Drona Parva of the Mahabharata. Basuki and Garuda is also another theme of Chhau performed in Seraikela tradition. In addition to this, we can find other themes like Urubhanga, Gadajuddha, Draupadi Vastraharana and other performed in Purulia and Seraikela tradition. The other epic, the Ramayana, is also served as the inspiration for theme of Chhau repertory. The following are taken in from Ramayana for Chhau presentation. Bali Sugriv Judh, Mohirabon Badh, Tarani Sen Badh, Sita Haron, Rabon Badh, Risha Singh, Bali Badh, Meghnad Badh, Ramchandra kills golden deer, Samudra Shasana, Jambuban, Taluka Badh. The episode of killing Bali appears to be one of the major theme for Purulia Chhau. Mohiraban Badh is one of the Chhau theme in Purulia tradition. Killing of Meghnad, Sitaharan, killing of Ravana are also important episode in Purulia Chhau adopted from the Ramayana. The incident of Samudra Shasan in Juddha Kanda of Ramayana is also associated with the Chhau repertory performed in Seraikela tradition. The episode of Risha Singh is performed in Seraikela tradition. This story is found in the Jatakas in the Balkanda of Ramayana and in Mahabharata. We find themes taken from various Purans of Chhau performance. The different Purans that have contributed are Bhagavat Puran, Vishnu Puran, Matsya Puran, Kalika Puran, Markanda Puran, Shiv Puran, Brahma Vaivarta Puran. Among these, the Bhagavat Puran is very significant. Story like Abak Chakra, the Krishna's childhood, Ras Tila, description of Ras dancer, Bangshi, the flute, Tamudiya Krishna, Maya Savari have been taken. The childhood play of Krishna is taken as the theme under the name of Abak Chakra and has been composed and presented in Purulia and Mayurbhanj tradition. Also Ras Leela is performed in Mayurbhanj as well as Purulia Chhau. Bangshi, the flute, performed mostly in Mayurbhanj tradition, is also related with Krishna legend and Puranic literature. Tamudiya Krishna is another popular and wonderful item of Mayurbhanj Chhau of Utsahi. Here, the mischief of Krishna and his friends are portrayed as Radha and her friends go to the Jamuna river to fetch water. Krishna throws a pebble to break the pitcher and hide behind the Kadamba tree. The incident leads to different conversation and gestures. Finally, both become engaged in love and union. Story taken from Bhagavat Purana, Maya Sabari, which is based on the churning of the ocean, is composed as a group dance in Mayurbhanj style. Themes like Mahishasur Mardini and Shambhu Nishambha in both Purulia and Mayurbhanj tradition and Madhu Kaitava in Purulia tradition are inspired from the Markandeya Puran. The episode Kaliya Daman, killing Hiranyakasipu, Radha Krishna, Krishna Kali from the Vishnu Puran is also associated with all three Chhau tradition. There are a few items inspired from the Shiv Puran in all traditions of Chhau. The solo item Shiva Tandava is a prominent item of Mayurbhanj and Purulia repertory. The Utsahi Mayurbhanj Chhau also performs Nataraja, that is the dancing Shiva as the creator, preserver, and destructor. Many yogic postures are also blended into the composition. Bhairav Bandana, another short item related to Shiva and is performed as an introductory item in Seraikela and Mayurbhanj Chhau. The episode of Ardhanarishwar and Haro Parvati are also sometimes performed in Chhau repertory. The episode of Gauda Vahana is performed in Mayurbhanj tradition. The dance depicts a myth relating to the celestial bird Garuda in Hindu mythology. Garuda, in order to make her mother free from bondage, visit Chandralaka, the land of the moon, to bring Amrit, the nectar. In Chandralaka, Lord Vishnu, the protector of Amrita, stopped him, and hence a violent fight took place. But Lord Vishnu was defeated. Being pleased with his chivalry, Vishnu offered him Amrita and requested him to be his vehicle. Garuda accepted it with great joy. Apart from the epic and Purans, Kalidas works have been taken in for many compositions. Excerpts from Kumar Sambhava, Ritu Sanghar, Meghdutam, Brikha Murbusio is seen in Chhau recital. Kumar Sambhava served as very potent source for more than one episode in Chhau. Tarakasur Vadh by Kartikeya is taken for Kumar Sambhava. This item is seen in Purulia Chhau in Bagmundi area. Also, Kartikeya, the episode of the birth of Kartika in Kumar Sambhav is also a popular item. Kalidas's Meghdutam, the cloud messenger, is a renowned dance drama in Seraikela tradition. This episode centers on the love life of Jokso and Jokheni and their painful pangs of the separation. The Jokho are supposed to be demon and the attendants of Kuber, the god of wealth. They act as guards in the treasure. This Jokho was distressed as he was drawn to the love of his wife. This angered Kaurav, his lord and master, who expelled him for a year to live without his beloved at far away hermitage at Ramgir. The Jokso, in distress of separation from his beloved, appealed to the cloud to transmit his message of love and promised the meeting soon with Jokhini in Alokapuri. Through the beautiful verse of Kalidas in Sanskrit, this emotional state is described. The Kalidas's Megdutam, the union of the lovers, is not there, but in the choreography, a dream sequence of reunion is inserted. The Abhisapta or the crusade, inspired by Kalidas Bikram Urbosi, is also a part of the repertory. The story is also named Lokhi Swayamvara. While returning from Kuberupuri, Urbosi was detained by the demons. King Puruvarava saves her. Pururava and Urbosi fell in love in heaven. The great Sayag, master of dance, drama and music, were preparing for the performance of Lokhi Swayamvar, where Urbosi played the role of Lokhi. Urbosi was in trance of love with Pururava. At one point of the drama, Urbosi spelled out with the name of Pururava in place of Purushottama. Angry with such mistake, Bharata cursed her that Urbosi will take birth as a human. Indra, to control the situation, softened the curse and refined its saying that she will remain on earth till she bear a son to Pururava. This item is performed as a drama episode by the Chhau artist in Mayurbhanj style. The dance drama Ratri appears to be the major popular dance item in Seraikela Chhau. It is also performed in Uttar Shahi Mayurbhanj tradition. The subject of his dance is based on Ratri Sukta of Rig Veda. Ratri, also called Ratri Devi, is the mythological goddess of night mentioned in the Veda. She is the sister of Usha, the Vedic goddess of dawn. As Ratri or night is conceived in various manner like that of fear, or as calm down of mind, or as sublime serenity. The dance composition include all such dimensions of night. The day makes tracks, dusk sets in, and the ambience of night casts its spell in stately pace. Night moves down on earthing out the darkness, rousing fear in man and creatures. Incense burn, the temple bells ring, appealing for harmony and safety. Stars follow and the moon rises. The stars and the moon's birth. Nature is sacred, transcendent light. The heart is free from anxiety and search for rest in mother's lap. Cares and worries vanish, new hopes and aspiration created, and a few life commence. There are several other mythological themes used in Chhau. Some of these are Chandrabhaga, Gaudavahan, Ardhanarishwar, Kartikeya, Gangasagar, Kinnar, Surya Puja, Ganesha, Holi, Dasama Abidya, Makhan Chori, Narsingha and Sri Radha. Chandrabhaga is a dance theme for Seraikela Chhau. The dance depicts the sorrow and distress end of the maiden Chandrabhaga and the heart rendering repentance of the sun god. The dance recreates the story behind the creation of great sun temple of the Konark in Odisha. The myth says that moon maiden called Chandrabhaga was rejoicing herself on the beach near the place where Konark temple is built. The sun appeared in a 7-horse chariot on the eastern sky. He was attracted to the Chandrabhaga's beauty and approached her. But at this point Kamdev played his tricks and struck the two opposite love and hearted in the sun and the moon maiden respectively. Thus the sun approached with love to Chandrabhaga, while Chandrabhaga tried to resist. In this, a frustrated Chandrabhaga opted for death in the ocean. Sun was repentant. The legend says that the grand temple at Konark was built at the convergence of the river Chandrabhaga and the sea. The place of Chandrabhaga's sad demise, the sun god suffering with repentance, has performed a reparation there for ages. In invocatory item, Ardhanarishwar in Seraikela tradition of Chhau represent the concept of half man and half woman form, where the right half is attributed to Shiva and left to his consort Parvati. It is actually symbolize the union of the masculine and feminine energies, by which creation continues in this universe. Shiva also taken as the all-preserved God. The Chaitra Prabha, a festival held at the end of the Bengali year in March, has Shiva as its deity. But interestingly, the importance is given to Shakti, who is called Kali or Mongol Chondi. The ritual are held in the Shiva temple. Often it is seen that the deity is taken to be Ardhanarishwar. The family deity of the rulers of Seraikela is, however, Raghunath or Rama. Legend of Kartikeya is particularly performed in Seraikela and Purulia Chhau style. Kartikeya is the eldest son of Shiva and Parvati. Other names of Kartikeya is Subramana, Murugana, Kumara, Skandha, Sahanumoga and Guha. He was born for particular reason to destroy the demon Tarokasur. In Purulia, Kartika is known as Kartik. The legend of Kartikeya is widespread in the community here. Combine the legend of Shiva and also those of Surya. Goddess Sati is also another important deity in many of the Kartikeya legend. The story of the birth of Lord Kartikeya or Murugan has diverse description in one story. He is the son of Agni or god of fire. In the Skanda Puran, Kartikeya described as the elder son of Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati. In the repertory of Purulia Chhau, Ganesha is an introductory item. And invocatory songs of Ganesh at the beginning of the performance is mandatory, both Bagmundi and Bandhan areas. Including Ganesh evocation, Ganesh, the elephant-headed god, is the son of Shiva and Parvati and also the brother of Kartikeya. The myth goes such: one day, as Shiva and Parvati were engaged in an intimate conversation, Shiva asked Ganesh to guard the door of their room. Ganesh now starts a dance in a jubilant mood. The devotee of Shiva, Parasuram, arrives and wants to meet Shiva. Ganesh refuses to let him in, and angered Parasuram engages in first fight with Ganesh. Ganesh defeated. Then came his brother Kartikeya to save Ganesh. Parasuram started to fight Kartikeya too, finally won the battle. Now Parvati in her warrior for that is Kali, came and the battle continued. Once Shiva appeared in the scene, Parasuram, being his disciple, stopped and surrendered to him. The performance ends with a group dance of Shiv, Parvati, Kartik and Ganesh. A popular theme in Seraikela-Chhau is Dasha Mohavidya, based on Hindu mythology. The word literally means 10 great knowledge. The source of the 10 Mohavidyas in Hindu mythology is derived from a story of Shiva and Sati or Parvati. Sati's father Daksha decides to perform Mahanamajana, a great sacrifice. He invites all his relatives and friends for this. But he did not invite his daughter Sati and his son-in-law Shiva. Feeling insulted, Shiva forbids Sati to attend the ceremony. Sati begged to Shiva to let her go, but Shiva did not agree. An angry Sati now assumed 10 forms: Kali, Tara, Chinnamasta, Bhubaneswari, Bagola, Dhumavati, Kamala, Matangi, Sodasi and Bhairavi. These are also taken in incarnation of goddess Durga, enacting all these images in primary aim of this item. The legend from Vishnu Puran, Narasimha is adopted as a group dance in M-17.Chhau. The popular story of Prahlad and his father Hiranyakashipu is enacted here. Narasimha is taken to be an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. The Krishna story, like Radha, Krishna, Makhunchuri, Sri Radha, Holi, Madhura Milan, Nishita Milan are very popular stories adopted in all the three kinds of Chhau. Now I like to discuss about the instruments which are used in the music of Chhau dance. The percussion instruments in every three Chhau tradition. Dhol. The dhol is a double-sided barrel drum. It is an accompanying instrument in Chhau dance and regional music forms. Dhol is the main rhythmic talabadda, rhythmic instruments of all tradition of Chhau. The shell of dhol is made of wood and a species of the wood known as gamar is generally used. The two ends of the wooden frame are covered with the skin of the animal like bullock, goat, sheep and deer. The dhol is hung from the shoulder and played with wood stick in the right hand and the fingers in the left hand. Another percussion instruments and also very important instruments, that is dhamsa. Dhamsa is a huge percussion which looks like a bowl, often made of thin metal sheet with a narrow bottom and wide opening covered with buffalo skin. The opening varies from 3 feet diameter to 5 feet diameter. It is stuck with a pair of sticks in rhythm. The dhamsa is placed in the ground and played. Sometimes it is hung from the shoulder and the player dance while playing it. The kadaka. It is a short cylindrical cattle drum hung from the shoulders of the players. in a semi-horizontal position and played with two sticks in two hands. The instrument is played as filler during the recess of the playing of dhol. This drum is mostly used in Mayurbhanj and Seraikela tradition of Chhau. Then the wind instruments, Mayuri. The Mayuri is a primary blow instrument of Chhau performance. It takes the key role in orchestra of Chhau, unlike Sanai. Mayuri is a slightly bulged out in shape. The instrument is observed as having three distinct parts. One is mouthpiece, two is wooden tube, and three is metal funnel. Mouthpiece, there is a hole which is tied up with a particular kind of grass. The player with his mouth blow air into it and sound release. Wooden tube, the center part of the Mayuri is a stretch out wooden tube which is bulged out and has a convex shape. It has 5 holes on it. The players produce different notes by playing his fingers on this hole. The melody is played by removing and placing his fingers on these holes. Metal funnel, the third part of the Mayuri, is a metal funnel. Either brass or kasha metal is used to prepare this funnel. It works as an amplifier. It releases the tunes and makes the sound bold and loud. Sanai. Sanai is one of melodic instrument of all tradition of Chhau dance. It is similar to the basic shape of the Mayuri. There are two reeds made of special type of leaves or marsh grass, window shaped and nearly a centimeter in length. The narrow ends of the reeds are together fitted into a small tube, technically known as staple. This is inserted into the long wooden pipe or conical bore ending in a flare. These instruments has 4 to 7 holes for playing the tune. Then kartal and ghanta are the struck instruments of the Chhau used for playing the time beat. These instruments are made of brass. In addition to these musical instruments, the Chhau artists have taken to some of Eastern and Western music instruments like harmonium, flute, trumpet, clarinet, etc. are also used today.